much too good, and he goes to the line to win by 2.5 lengths.
Trying hard to run him down, won't make it. Manikato, he's one of the next to Turf Ruler.
Race the start, finishing well. Here's Divas coming to the strong run. Manikato has blitzed them. Look at him go. Manikato.
The old man's back. Manikato goes on the win by 2 lengths. Manikato still in front. Norman trying hard on the outside. It's Manikato. Manikato's under the whip for both, trying to get through, and here's Torbeck and Divas. Manikato's still in front. Ideal Runners can't get out. Manikato ahead in front. Torbeck lunges. No, Manikato. He's won. The old boy's there.
Given his head dashed away as they turn for home, 200 to go. He's 2 lengths in front of King of the Stars, 3 lengths to Family of Man, Dallas Girl and Salamander, and Manikato's coming away to win it brilliantly. Scores by 3 lengths. Second, King of the Stars, a length away third, Family of Man. And the winner is going to be Manikato with 300 to go on the corner. He coasted away about 3 lengths in front of Sands' rival. Tincture's gone. Howberg's running a very good first up race. He might even get up and run second. But Manikato went away 4 or 5 in front in the straight. He's going to bolt in from Sands' rival. Now Howberg accelerating. He'll run second all right. And in the run to the post, Manikato won by 5 lengths to Howberg. Manikato led around the turn, nearly a length to Grey Sapphire. Turf Ruler's the danger. Manikato got a length in front, but Turf Ruler's coming at him quickly. Manikato a half in front. Turf Ruler gradually getting to him, but the champ's still in front. Turf Ruler trying hard to run him down. Won't make it. Manikato. Go for home, Gary. It's into the straight. Manikato a half length to Watney, followed by Yurtiz and then Silver Bounty. Manikato drew a half length, 3/4 in front. He's got it 1-4 in a row. The old man's back. Manikato goes on the win by 2 lengths.
On the turn, and the champ is asked to go again now. Manikato about a half length in front of Crubbo. Ideal Planet trying to get out. It's Manikato in front, 150 from home. Crubbo trying to get to him, and Torbeck down the outside, but he's going to do it, I think. The man is hanging on Manikato. Torbeck lunging down the outside, but he's got home. Manikato, he's done it again. He's won it by a head to Torbeck.
Man, what a mighty good man. He's a mighty, mighty good man, y'all. What a mighty, mighty good man, y'all.
Manikato's life began last September when the great sprinter was struck down by a mystery disease. Exhaustive veterinary probing eventually diagnosed an arthritic complaint caused by a shortage of zinc in the body. In the end, the old warrior just wasted away and suffered great pain in the final weeks, leaving his devoted trainer Bob Hoisted no alternative but to have him put down. In a rags to riches story, Manikato was purchased for only $1,300 as a yearling, but went on to win over $1,150,000 in prize money. The only horse, apart from Kingston Town, to top the magic million in Australia. The chestnut stormed into the record books as far back as 1978 with a brilliant win in the Golden Slipper.
But Manikato is clear, and it's a Victorian Golden Slipper. He's stopping quickly. Smoky Jack is flying home, but too late, and Manikato won the Slipper.
Well, I think Manikato will be used as a measuring stick, say, from 1,000 metres to 1,600 metres at weight for age in the years to come. Like, he'll be the horse that you'll see horses coming through, and I'll say, gee, I wonder if he's as good as Manikato. But boy, they'll need to be good.
The champion won 29 races in all, including a record 5 straight in the famous William Reid Stakes at Moonee Valley.
The man is hanging on Manikato. Torbeck lunging down the outside, but he's got home. Manikato, he's done it again.
Fittingly, the old champion has been laid to rest at his favourite racetrack, Moonee.
Nothing does it like Great Western Champagne. Great Western Champagne is a Cup Carnival special at your Innkeeper Hotel. There's sure to be one in your locality. And they're moving in for the running of the AJ Moore Stakes. Angus Manasco has a good record in this. He has Addington engaged today. He's won the event. Well, actually,
3.5 times. The judge won outright. Before that, Angus won with Tetronate, and then the judge dead heated with Grey Sapphire, and the other winner trained by Angus Harmonasco was Victoria Peak. So we're set to go. Avatar on the outside. 1,000 metres the distance. All standing up well. There's the light. Ready. Line is good. They're off. Avatar first out with Manikato behind them, getting away quickly as Razor Sharp and Rancher was slow to get going as they sort themselves out and come down with about 900 metres left to go. Addington moved up on the outside to take the lead by a length to Razor Sharp, and just in behind them Rancher going forward. He's closely attended by Manikato up on the outside, a length and a half further back than is Rotarian, followed by Achar. Rani's Palace in behind them, 2 lengths further back in the field of War Chest, followed by Avatar, a long gap to Natalie's Pride, and Bit of a Snob coming up the side of the track with about 500 metres left to go, and Rancher had moved up on the outside to take the lead by a neck on Addington. Just in behind them, Manikato as they swing for home, 2 lengths to Razor Sharp there, followed by Rani's Palace, a length and a half to Achar. Rotarian further back, followed by War Chest. Addington on the inside, and Rancher as they straighten up from Manikato joining in down the outside. Rancher being tackled by Manikato, who's finishing strongly. Manikato's taken the lead with 100 metres left to go. Rancher well beaten. Razor Sharp coming home well, but Manikato will get the money. Manikato, the second $1 million horse. Razor Sharp was checked near the line. Avatar flew for third, so it's Manikato, Razor Sharp and Avatar in behind the match show, and they're followed by Rancher, who weakened in the run home after being slow to get going. War Chest behind them, followed by Addington, Rani's Palace, Rotarian, Bit of a Snob, and last of all Natalie's Pride. So Manikato becomes the second $1 million racehorse here in Australasia, taking his stake earnings to $1 million. Was poised behind Rancher, who didn't have any luck at all. He was slow to get going, angled for the run to go up and take the lead, but he was always under pressure, and Addington was travelling very well on his inside. He drew level with Rancher as they straightened up, but it could be noticed and very obvious that Manikato was travelling exceptionally well just behind the 2 leaders, and he's pounced on them and gone to the front, and he's come home to score. Razor Sharp was checked a bit near the line, but it didn't make any difference, I didn't think. Razor Sharp having to be checked near the line, running into second place, and Avatar coming from a long way back in third position. 1, 2, 3 in the AJ Moyer Stakes. Over to some extent with Rancher, the odds-on favourite, going down. So he's been beaten 2 times in a row. Missing the place this afternoon, number 1, Manikato. G. Willett's the winner. Number 2, Razor Sharp, second, R. Higgins. Number 3, Avatar, third, ridden by P. Highland. Manikato, a chestnut gelding, a 7-year-old by Manor High out of Mikado, race by Mr. Mel Seckel, and trained by Bob Hoisted. So we've seen 2 champions here this afternoon, and the public have really been treated to a feast of racing by top horses. $2 million stake earners winning this afternoon in Kingston Town and achieving that coveted feat. Only the second horse to do it in the history of Australian racing. Manikato now becomes the second $1 million horse. And look at the odds he paid on the tape, 280 for the win. And here's the ovation for Manikato. Another champion, although I think the majority were of the opinion that Rancher would beat him. But such was not the case, and Manikato has proven too good. Number 1, Manikato, 280 for the win, 75 cents for the place. 2, Razor Sharp, 85 cents. And third, number 3, Avatar, paid $2.
This is the 3UZ Sports Scoreboard. Moving in now for the second of the double, fourth of the quadrilla, the Moonee Valley Cup. Trackside, here's John Russell.
Thank you, Peter. And the favourite Triumph will march number 6 at $1.60. He's the Melbourne Cup favourite. He'll have to run well to justify his position at the head of affairs for the big 3,200 metre race at Flemington on Saturday week. 160 for number 6 Triumph will march. Number 5 Gala Mascot, runner-up in the Caulfield Cup at $4. Number 3 Birchwood, $4.30. Number 8 Amaranth, $3.50. Getting set for the running of the Moonee Valley Cup race 7. Veterinary surgeon's having a look at Amaranth. I think he's okay. Trotted around a couple of times. Now he's about to take up his position by the look of it. So it won't be long before we have them set as Amaranth goes in on the outside. The Moonee Valley Cup starter across to release the field. All in. Line is good. Blue Era down on the inside, Raid the Gold. Triumphal March, light goes on.
Stand by. 2,600 metres. Start coming up. They're off. And Amarant on the outside, the first to jump, with Birchwood followed by Gala Mascot. Lady Ice jumped out well and looking for the leaders. Seeker and Justin behind them. Going forward, Brewery Brewer on the inside of El Lorena. As they settle into stride, they were followed by Raid the Golden. Going up along the inside behind them, Triumphal March. A length and a half to Barmax. A bit further back to Astralina. And tailing out to last is Wellington Road. Coming up the side the first time, and Seeker on the outside, the leader. Taken on by El Lorena, a length and a half. Raid the Gold on the inside of Lady Ice, and close behind them, Brewery Boy. A length back on the outside is Birchwood as they round the home turn, just over a circuit left to go. Pushing up on the inside, Triumphal March. He's followed closely by Amaranta. A length further away came As a King, followed by Astralin on the outside of Gala Mascot, and Barmax is third last. A length further back, Wellington Road, and Blue Era on the inside is last in a fairly compact field. Coming down to the judge with just over a lap to go, and Birchwood let go round the outside to take over, and going out of the straight where El Lorena was slightly checked, and Birchwood got away about 2.5 lengths to El Lorena. Just over 1,600 metres left to go. A length further back as Lady Ice on the outside of Seeker. Raid the Gold is getting a nice run on the fence. Just behind them came Amarant, a length to Brewery Boy and Astralina. Triumphal Marches back along the inside of As a King, a length to Gala Mascot, who's about fourth last on the outside of Barmax, followed by Blue Era. And out deep on the track is Wellington Road, going past the 1,400 metre mark, and Birchwood the leader. About 2.5 lengths to Lady Ice, who moved past El Lorena. Just in behind them, Seeker, Astralina. They're followed by Raid the Gold on the rails, a length to Brewery Boy on the inside of Amarant. 1.5 Triumphal March, followed closely by Wellington Road going forward. As a King a bit further back in the field, 2 lengths to Blue Era on the inside of Barmax, and Gala Mascot as last of all. Just over 1,000 metres left to go. Birchwood by a length to Astralin, a length and a half. El Lorena on the inside of Lady Ice, and 2 lengths to Wellington Road. And making ground just in behind them came Amarant. They're followed by Seeker. Further back in the field, going around them, As a King on the outside. He's followed by Triumphal March, who's taken off the fence to go around them and starting to come into the picture rapidly on the outside. Brewery Boy is next. A length and a half further back in the field, then came Barmax and Blue Era. They're packing up down the side, 600 metres left to go, where Astralin moved up on the outside to take the lead from Birchwood. In behind them is Wellington Road, a bit further back as Gala Mascot has gone right around the field. 2 lengths to Triumphal March, followed by Lady Ice, and back behind them Amarant and Barmax from a long way back as they make the turn. With about 400 metres left to go, Astralin being tackled by Gala Mascot on the outside, Birchwood. Triumphal March as they straighten up, and they're followed by Wellington Road, Astralin. Gala Mascot coming at it down the outside, Birchwood and Triumphal March looking for a run, and Wellington Road, Astralin on the inside is tackled now by Gala Mascot. Here comes Triumphal March, and Barmax is right down the outside. Triumphal March has taken the lead close to home. Triumphal March has won it. I think Wellington Road may have been second and tight for third. Barmax or Astralin. They're followed by Birchwood, Blue Era, Gala Mascot weakened over the concluding stages. Then As a King, and back behind them was Amarant, followed by Seeker, Raid the Gold. Well back to Brewery Boy, and last of all is El Lorena, who seems to have lost all form.
For the daily double, $5.10. For the quadrilla, $138.
Game effort by Triumphal March was in all sorts of bother. Round the back and coming down the side, had difficulty in obtaining a run just before the home turn. In fact, in the straight, it didn't get out until the race was practically over, but it did at the right time. And that's what counts, and it's won the Moonee Valley Cup. Number 6, Triumphal March, B. Thompson, and a photo for second and third. Photo for second and third, number 6, Triumphal March. I think Wellington Road's probably just run second ahead of Barmax, who was one of them there in that photo. And Triumphal March taking out the honours in the Moonee Valley Cup, and again having to overcome difficulties to score. Now he can be penalised up to 3 kilos for the win today. He has a very handy weight of only 50 kgs in the Melbourne Cup, and the way he's improving with racing, he's going to take a lot of beating. He's a lovely horse by Avatar out of Lilt, a chestnut horse, a 5-year-old, raced by the Swettenham Stud, managed by Mr. Robert Sangster and the other partners, Sir Kenneth Steele, Lord Vesti, Mr. H. de Berg, Mr. Joe Throsby, and Mr. R. Wilson, and trained by Colin Hayes. Now, waiting on second and third. It's pretty tight. Wellington Road, I fancy. There's the minor number. Number 9 is second. Wellington Road after the photo. Ridden by B. Andrews, has run second. And number 4 is third, Barmax, ridden by D. Balfour. 6, 9 and 4. Triumphal March, B. Thompson the winner. Second, Wellington Road, B. Andrews, and third, number 4, Barmax, ridden by D. Balfour. Placings in the Moonee Valley Cup And only inches away in 4th place was number 10, Astralin, whose run was very good. But I would say of those horses that contested the Cup today, I think they'd be flat beating a Triumphal March in the Melbourne Cup.
Sharp looking for the run, and then came Avatar. Branch is under pressure. Manikato's got him. Manikato's going to get the million. I think he took the lead from Rancher. Razor Sharp running on well from Avatar, but Manikato's cracked the million. He's 1.5 lengths to Razor Sharp. Veered in on him on the line. Third Avatar from Etchar and Brancher. Tackling it strongly now and a length away. Birchwood and Triumphal March trying to get between horses. Astral in the leader. Gala Mascot struggling on the outside. Triumphal March getting through. And here comes Barmax will beat them all with Triumphal March. They're going to fight it out, and Wellington Road getting through. Triumphal March put its head in front and it's won it. A neck to Wellington Road, a half head to Barmax, a head to Astralin and Gala Mascot. Then Blue Era from Birchwood, followed by Amaranth. Next, As a King, Lady Ice, Raid the Gold. Seeker was next, and then Brewery Boys second last, and El Lorena's run.
Rocket Man, Sacred Kingdom will be the last two to come in.
He's gone some 5 or 6 lengths behind the starting gate.